everybody, I'm your man, Dennis Pitzenberger, and I'm here at the Las Vegas Convention Center for the 50th SEMA show. And to my left, a good friend, a man many of you know, the one and only Mike Finnegan. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing awesome. I feel short right now. I mean, I know I'm slouching, you know, but did you get taller?
No, I just kind of, I don't want to constrict my chest so I can talk like this all week long.
Oh, all right, cool.
But man, always fun watching you. Let's start off with the obvious, the continued and rampant success of Roadkill. Stubby Bob is over in the booth over there. I heard that thing move in. Everybody heard it move in. One of my favorites, but how's Roadkill doing?
Roadkill's awesome. I've purposely not gotten in or near Bob because I'm still sore from the last adventure with Bob. So I don't need to do that again. No more wheelies and Bob.
No more wheelies and Bob. Well, you know, what's a spine? That's why you gotta sit up. You gotta get that thing straightened out.
I haven't been straight vertically backwise since I drove it, to be honest with you. Nobody should ever do that. It gets kids, seat belts and wheelie bars. Both of those items, important.
I would say that is not Roadkill approved. No, there's no seat belts and Stubby Bob.
Yeah, but at some point death is, you know, imminent. So just wear your seat belts.
One of the most exciting things that we've seen from you here at the show is, I don't know how many people realize what a drag boat fanatic you are. You've been doing it for years. You do it well. You've even, if I remember correctly, you won a championship at what level was that at? I can't remember.
So I won a championship bracket racing the boat in an 8.5 second bracket. I won a championship as a crew chief, as a tuner. But this one is a little different. It's not built for bracket racing at all. No.
If you have walked by the Holly booth here in the Central Hall, you will see 711 cubic inches of very, very mean big block. Well, I don't even call it a big block Chevrolet. It's somewhat based on a big block Chevrolet, but it is one mean. Talk about the power plant. Talk about the motor.
Well, so it's like most things in life, it snowballed. You know, it started out, my last drag boat had a 582 cubic inch big block Chevy, conventional bore spacing, and at the power level I was at with nitrous, it made about 1,600 horsepower, and it ran 730s in the quarter.
And that is stout. I mean, that is a lot of motor at that point.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. But it was an aluminum block, and it started moving around, and at 1,600 it was fine, but you stuck the 40 jets in it, and suddenly ring seal was just not there anymore. So,
do you really need that?
You do. You want to go faster. So I was like, okay, I'll get a 5-inch bore space Chevy block. You know, I can bore it bigger. It can stay aluminum, stay light. And then when you do that, you're limited on cylinder heads. The selection is not huge, and so there's like 5 or 6 5-inch bore space heads that are out there. So I end up talking to Sonny Leonard. He's got a Hemi head design, his own deal, and it bolts onto a Brodix block. And when you do that, the valves are so big that you end up having to bore this engine.
And I want people to know, was it 2 7s?
Yeah, I believe the intake valve is 2 700. It's a monster thing.
That's ridiculous. I mean, you can eat off of that thing like an ice cream cone.
Oh yeah. So the bore ends up being 4 700 in this engine that's in the new boat. And then I'm talking to turbo guys, because I'm turboing it. I've never turboed an engine like this. I'm learning. I'm talking to guys like Mike Moran and Duttweiler, and they're all telling me, you need a lot of swept volume in this thing if you want it to spool fast. Put as much crank in it as you can. So now it has a 5/120 stroke crank, and the next thing you know, it's 711 cubic inches with precision turbos, and it's just more than I ever will need to do what I want to do in this boat. But it's fun to look at.
Conservatively right now, knowing that you haven't done any real final tuning on it, conservatively, how much horsepower are we talking now?
Well, it made, on 91 octane without the turbos, it made 1275 at 7,500. At 10 pounds of boost, it'll probably make about between 1,800 and 2,000, which is really all I need to do for the kind of racing that I want.
But
if you turn the wick up, you'd probably make 3,000, somewhere in that area.
In the words of Dark Helmet from Spaceballs, ludicrous speed, engage.
I should have named it that, to be honest.
That would have been. I like the game over.
Brian Loans had the best analogy for it. He said it's basically a water coffin. And it has 2 seats, but nobody wants to sign the waiver and get in there other than my wife.
You never asked me.
You're in?
Do you know I'm in?
You're nuts.
Dude, I don't care. I got good insurance.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Your wife's gonna need it.
Oh yeah, she will. She will. Hey, listen, if people want to know what's going on with you and Roadkill and all your great videos that you guys do, you have broken the internet, and you're going to continue to break the internet, and you and I might just go out in a fiery death crash on a future episode together. Look in the camera, tell them how they can find you.
Well, if you want to find Roadkill, go to YouTube. It's on the Motor Trend channel. You can watch Roadkill. We're up to like 55 episodes. We're on season 5. It's awesome. The next few are amazing. If you want to find out about the drag boat, it's in the Holly booth, but you can also go to YouTube. I have a channel called Finnegan's Garage, and it's just me screwing around in my garage building stuff like the drag boat or the water coffin.
I might die.
Yeah,
on behalf of Mike Finnegan, who could be the murderer of myself and him all at the same time, I'm Dennis Pitzenbarger. We're right here. 50 years of SEMA. We'll see you soon.